Hey planner friends, welcome back to the Planner Hoot and Happy New Year. It is officially 2026 and I couldn't be more excited to finally get into all of these beautiful planners that we've been talking about for the past couple of months. I recently had been sharing parts of my planning system in my social media accounts, so I felt like the perfect video to get started this year would be to talk about my complete planning system from start to finish. This is really how I work in my planners every day and how I get into them every month. And I wanted to share that with you guys just in case maybe you are stuck between using multiple planners or you couldn't decide on one or the other and you want to be able to use two different planners effectively. Hopefully, my planning system makes a little bit of sense and hopefully you find some inspiration to make use of your planners the way you really want them to help you achieve specific goals in your life. So let's get into my complete planning system. So a few things I want to note is one, I apologize for my cracky voice. I am trying to get over this cold. But also, I have already moved into my planners. It is the second week of January currently, but I wanted to show my different layouts as they are now, just because one, before they get really, really messy, and then hopefully it just makes a little bit more sense on how I use all of my planners together to really create this whole system of mine that keeps me organized. So the first step is, I'm sure you've heard it time and time again, it's just a simple brain dump. I call it my thought clouds because I feel like I do have a lot of different areas in my brain that are kind of like trying to get my attention every day. But I just start with a very simple brain dump. I get this notebook and I will just start jotting down all of my thoughts, everything that I have in my mind to do this year. Now, obviously, it's a beginning of the year, so a lot of these are very thought out because I do have very specific projects or specific goals that I want to reach this year. One of the things for my brain dumping that I do is I do segment it out, at least in the start of it, between all of the different life buckets that I have in my life or areas that I plan around. So, for example, my family business, my marketing business, my husband's business, just personal goals, finance goals, all of those different areas that I actually like to focus on at different times of the day or different times of the month. I will section them out and brain dump specific projects or goals for those areas. That's just what I like to do personally. But that is my step one. It's very simple, just a brain dump, get it down. Where this system starts really honing in on how I move them into my planner, I have a process that I will actually go through all of my notes and create specific goals that are actually going to move with me into my planners because those are goals that I'm actually going to create a timeline around and make an action plan to be able to reach those goals. So, what I like to do is I'll really go through all of my notes and pick what goals are more important to me at the moment and what I really want to focus on this year. And I will create a timeline around every goal because most of my goals, they could be month long, some of them may be 6 long, but a lot of my big projects are year long goals. So I create a timeline and break them down by months and different quarters just so that they're more manageable for me. So that's where the brain dumping really starts forming into an action plan for me. So after I do my brain dump, I will go into my large rose planner, which I've shared before is my monthly dashboard or my goal oriented planner that you can kind of start segmenting if you really want to. But this is how I use my rose planner. What I do is once I've finalized those goals of mine and I know which ones are moving in, I have my plan of action for all of those goals. What I do every month is I bring in the life buckets that I'm going to focus on this month. And I will start creating projects and tasks that are going to be important in this specific area, but they're also important towards that goal. So that's how I break it down in my dashboard here. And then I always have a section just for my like notes that I'm just carrying over from month to month. And then once I start populating my client notes and projects and different deadlines, I will start making note of them here. So right now, this is what my January looks like. I don't have a lot of actual confirmed appointments in there, but that's what I will move into first. So any of my big scheduled items, those are things that, they're already set in stone. They're not changing. Doctor's appointments, client meetings, any deadlines that I've committed to all goes in here. And I also make sure that I note in my husband's work schedule, so I'm able to know ahead of time what weekends he's working and which weekends are free. That way, it gives us an overview to be able to plan out more of those family projects that we want to kind of do together and things like that. So, aside from bringing in my actual schedule, what I do with all of these post-its that you see, these post-its are all tasks that have to do with getting these projects finalized. So, a lot of these projects, they might be in phases, but all of these tasks are going to get scheduled for me, myself, and I, because this is going to hold me accountable to make sure that I'm getting what I'm saying I want to be done. I'm going to get it done. So I know that can seem like a lot, but for me personally, it gives me that review and reminder of the commitment I've made to these specific tasks. So it's easier for me to go day by day and see what project I'm actually working on so that I'm able to create a schedule that allows me to get that task done. Now, I know that life is crazy. I'm very well aware that things don't always happen how we actually plan, but these tasks are in my post-it notes, and that is the reason why. Because if I am in this week and I know that I've committed to, like, I'm going to segment my this day for filming, and if something else happens and I just don't get to it, I can go ahead and look at my schedule and know what workload I'm giving myself. And then I can go ahead and reschedule that in my month so that I can have that flexibility, but I'm also holding myself accountable for that specific task or deadline. And the most obviously important part is that your to-do list is getting shorter and shorter. So when that project is done at the end of the month, that's also another big project or milestone within your goal that you're finishing or getting closer to finishing for that bigger project. So that's how I use my Rose planner. And after I have all of these tasks assigned in my month to give me an idea of what my ideal schedule will be like, then I bring in my Nancy planner. So the small Nancy planner I've shared before is my everyday everything planner. I use this for all of my catch all things, my tasks that I need to remember, but it also helps me separate my personal and my client work because I do obviously have my family business, which is like my 9 to 5. I also do have client work for my marketing business that I do manage. So my Nancy planner helps me see everything on my personal and everything on my business at the same time. The way that I'm able to tie this in is all of these post-it notes that I see that are tasks that are related to my bigger goals. I will make sure to mimic that into my week. So now not only do I have the idea of like, oh, I'm going to get this done this month, this planner helps me create my actual daily action plans to make sure that whatever is scheduled is going to be done. So now I'm not only planning out my month overview for these specific tasks and helping me get those goals or projects reached, but now I'm actually putting them in my day-to-day weekly view so that I'm not ignoring the task and making sure it's done. Because it's a slower start for my January, I have not gotten all of my client schedules completed yet. Usually, the start of the year, everyone's kind of shuffling their schedules. So, what I do right now for me personally is this is my overview. So, I've created all of my this week little Post-its that I am keeping track of every week for the rest of the month, so that once I start adding in my client deadlines or client meetings, I am going to adjust everything around that, but still make sure that all of these tabs, whether they're personal or work related tasks, they're going to get moved somewhere into my actual schedule, because they're still going to get done. So I'm not going to slack on myself, because I have committed myself to this overview. And the purpose of this overview is not just to be a busybody or not just to be an overachiever or anything like that. I know that these tasks are related to something bigger for me, and that's how these planners start connecting from what I want to do to actually creating a plan to make it happen, and giving myself that flexibility but also accountability to get them done. This is just on the side note. This is an insert that I put into my months. I've shared this before in a previous video. I love to use inserts and they may change every month, but right now this is my January. As you can see, I don't have a lot of client projects just yet, but this is where I would schedule out any specific deadlines for client content or my personal content that I want to have on my schedule. I will go ahead and put it on this side just so I can be able to look at that every day. And then this insert I use just as a progress chart for YouTube editing videos and things like that. This content thing is very new to me with YouTube and editing, so fitting it into my schedule is important so that I can start building a habit around it. So that is how I start connecting my brain dump to my big overview goal dashboard into my weekly and daily planner. So that is my step. Where are we on? Step 1, 2, 3. So my planning system for step 4 and 5 are actually bonus steps or bonus planners, because I don't feel that they're essential in my full planning system lineup. If you wanted a planning system that was just focused on functional planning, where it's going to just help you focus on the goals that you want to achieve and really work toward those specific goals, then I really feel like my step 1 through 3 would be the more basic um, steps to get into your planning system or into your planner altogether. I do have a checklist and workbook linked in my description if you wanted some help just kind of narrowing down what goals you really want to focus on and then creating an action plan around those goals. But that would be where my 1 through 3 would come in, because it's just a very basic way where it's a functional planning system. My planner 3 and 4 again are going to be some bonus steps, but maybe you're like, well, I do want to add more planners and what can I use them for? This is where these would come into play. So my third planner is the Kristy planner, and I call this my focus planner. And then my fourth planner is the Scout planner, and I use this as my finance planner. So this is step 4 in my system, but planner 3. So I decided to separate my family business work and content into a whole different planner, because this is my 9 to 5 and where I focus a lot of my time throughout the day. So I did not only need more space to write out things and remind myself about certain things for the family business, but I do like to keep track of a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, whether it's like customer orders, our manufacturing schedule, different schedules for our employees, things like that. So I decided to separate it completely, and I've seen a big difference in my productivity on the projects that I want to work on with my family business. So the way I connect this planner to my big rose planner is I create these list post-its, me and my post-its, I know, but what this helps me is I get to see, based off of the big projects that I have scheduled or planned out in my rose planner, these are extra things that I can see every week of what I wanted to do that week. And based on how my schedule goes that week, I will go ahead and work on that throughout that specific week. So with my family business, a lot of things happen day in and day out. Some days it's a lot slower, some days are like really crazy and hectic. So that's where this flexibility with the post-it comes into play. The same concept with the rose planner. I get to see this as an overview, and then I'll start putting things in every day where I'm going to work on that, and then hold myself accountable that this project or this goal is still going to be a task that I get completed. So that's how I tie this in. Um, a focus planner would be good for you if you were wanting maybe to really focus in on some time that you have for maybe a project or a specific goal, and really either journal about it or write some tasks around it. I just found that having something where it's separated completely into its own area, but I know takes so much of my time, I get to concentrate a lot more and focus in on some specific things. So that's what I really loved about this one. And to be transparent, I really did just love the different layouts, and I couldn't decide which of the layouts I wanted to use as my just all in one planner. Since I already loved my Nancy, I just couldn't decide. So that's also another reason why I just decided to branch out, because um, it gave me an excuse to be able to use all of my planners. And I actually love being able to go into a different layout every week. So that's just a personal note there. But the Scout planner I use as my finance planner. My husband and I will use this every week to kind of just check in and stay on budget. Right now that we are building our home, we are obviously on a lot of different budgets for different areas of the building process. So this has helped me really keep track of it. I previously had the undated Scout, and so now that I got the dated one for 2026, and I'm loving it. One of the things I am trying, you'll see here, is stickers and more colors in my planning. It's new for me in January, but I'm doing it across the board on all of my planners. So we'll stay tuned and see how that ends up working and keeping it with it. But my Scout planner is my step 5 planner 4, sorry. And I just go in and keep track of our spending. I write down any big projects that we either have coming up or already happened. I use the weekly breakdown for spend log, so it just keeps me a little bit more aware of where my money is going. And then big deadlines and big project timelines go up here. So it's a very simple way that I use it. It's really helped me and my husband really get into it on what our finance goals are, and then keeping a track of that. So that's how I use my Scout planner. So again, my Kristy and my Scout are the bonus planners in my system, but still for me personally are essential. But if you just wanted a more functional planning routine or a system that just works with specific goals and creating action plans, then I would just advise to find 2 really good planners that you could see a big overview of what you're going to plan around, and then an action weekly or daily that you can actually focus on the action tasks. So that's my system in a nutshell. If I went too fast or I missed something that just doesn't make sense, please comment and ask me. I am more than happy to answer all of your questions. Hopefully, once I get rid of this cold, I can think a little bit more clearly and get some more helpful information for you guys out there. I'm curious to know what it is you guys want to learn more about, either from the specific planners that I use, how I use them, or any more details on my actual system. I would love your feedback so that I know that I'm creating content that will really truly help you find a more productive system in whatever planners that you decide to use this year. So thank you guys again. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you guys on this channel and get better every single day with me. So here's to a great productive 2026. Have a great day.